on, Westies? Welcome back to Echoes Down the Road. This is Eric, and you have reached the 14th episode of Season 2, number 25 in all, and today we're wrapping it all up. We finished talking about every song of the album, so we're going to kind of recap on that and maybe look ahead and give you some surprises. You never know what's going to happen, so you're definitely going to want to listen to the whole thing. So I hope you're having a good day, and we're about to make it even better. Buckle up, folks. Here we go. Welcome back, Westies. Yes, it is me, your Sonic tour guide. My name is Eric.
And my name is Lance.
This is Tommy.
Oh, God, you're such an idiot, Tommy. All you had to do was just say your name.
Why?
Just
waiting.
say your damn
Look,
name.
I just let him go last so we could, or next so we could save the best for last, and this is Bobby.
Oh,
Yeah, there's Bobby. You knew he'd do the pregnant pause.
Long ass pregnant.
Westies, we're just sitting here looking at the camera,
is that
and
a
it's
fat
pretty
joke?
easy. Lance knows his role.
Yeah.
Lance knows his role. He just introduces himself. That's all he has to do. And there's Tommy staring out into space like some kind of creature from the abyss.
The Abyss. Yeah.
Great color commentary there, Tommy.
So
I
this
mean,
is
just a bang-up job.
yeah.
This is a
Tommy,
strong
by the
start,
way.
guys.
Yeah, so Westies, welcome to our 25th episode of Echoes Down the Road, and the end of Season 2. But you know what makes this even more special? Does anyone know? Lance, do you know? Why is this special?
Because it's the end of our second season, and that is something to celebrate every single time.
Well, I literally just said that.
I know.
I said it's the end of the second
but that's
season.
what excites
Why
me.
else would it be
and I'm not going
special?
to cheat and look at the notes, so I don't know the answer to this trivia question.
Well, the answer is, it is now, Westies, July 2023, and the last time we recorded was May 2022. If you follow the podcast, we're sorry. We are very sorry. It took us a very long time to get the second half of Season 2 up, like over a year. And really, we can make excuses, but I think you and I and everyone here know it's Tommy's fault.
Absolutely Tommy's fault.
Always.
Yeah. So this is Tommy's fault. We've been wanting to put up episodes, but, you know, Tommy's been...
Tommy, you look like you're trying to think of an excuse of why it's not your fault. Let me know when you come up with that excuse. We'll probably be done with the episode by then.
Yeah. No, it is. I'm just trying to figure out why.
Just say it's
Same
because
with
I'm
us.
Tommy.
Yeah.
It's exactly how we feel.
It's just because you're Tommy. But, you know, we're back. The interesting thing, so the past few weeks, those were all episodes that we recorded in 2022. But this is a brand new one. So we already recorded the finale for Season 2, but we did it a year ago, and a lot of stuff has changed. So if we put that out, we would just look completely stupid right now because things are pretty different.
Did Tommy have a new baby? Is that what's happened?
What?
Tommy, do you have a new child?
Oh no.
Said it would
Congratulations,
be.
Tommy.
It would be your fault for a very good reason.
Yeah, a new baby's high on the list of things I don't need.
Okay, good. Woo! Dodge that bullet.
But my wife told me that she dreamt last night that we had a baby. So she woke up from a
that's
dream and didn't want to go back to sleep because that was enough of that.
Foreshadowing.
No. We're
Yeah. Just what the world needs, another 50-year-old new dad.
No.
There is something you can do proactively to prevent that, so make sure you've taken care of that there, Tommy.
No, we're good.
Okay, good.
You know, the question, Tommy, that, you know, you should have asked her is, all right. Yeah, we didn't forget that. That is still alive and well. So let's finish strong. Hey, Bobby, what you drinking there?
So today I am drinking from New Belgium their new Atomic Citrus Blood Orange Ale, which kind of surprised me. It's part of their Voodoo Ranger line, which has historically been their IPAs, and I'm a huge fan. This is not an IPA. This is just a Blood Orange Ale.
Yummy.
And I'll give you a quick tasting note before I pop it open here. From New Belgium, Live Dangerously. Our Voodoo Ranger family is brewed with trend-setting hop and malt varieties and served with a side of sarcasm. The bottom line, if you're looking for an innovative IPA that are hop-forward, bold, and occasionally hazy, Voodoo Ranger has your back.
But yet, it's not an actual IPA.
Yeah, no, it's not an IPA. It's just a Blood Orange Ale. So it looks like they're expanding the Voodoo Ranger line, and I'm going to give this a nice little crack here. Oh,
That's good.
yeah, that's a
Good
one.
pull.
Yeah, no, that is full of blood orange. If you're a fan of blood orange anything, that is a fantastic ale. It's 7%, and it's really just smooth. It's not super citrusy. Blood orange being not quite as tart as a regular orange, and I'm a fan. This is my third can I've had. So,
Is there any blood in a blood orange?
I don't actually know. I'm not
I
going
think
to
it's
say it.
Jesus' blood, right? I mean, God made the
That's
orange.
false.
The
That's
blood. Yeah.
sacrilegious.
I think it's the blood of an orange. In the blood orange.
Oh,
Orange blood. That's just
blood-
juice.
that makes more sense.
That's good one, Tommy.
You know, I didn't plan it, but you seen the camera right there.
Hey,
I
Ooh,
am
the fru-
drinking Voodoo Ranger, the Fruit Force.
I haven't had the Fruit Force. I've had the Juice Force, but not the Fruit Force.
Yeah, it's
Juicy.
a fruit punch IPA, and it's pretty fruity. But the thing that'll kill you on this one, and I don't mean to do a second beer for what you're drinking there, but since it's in the family, this little bastard's 9.5.
Yep.
So it does not mess around.
Yep. The Juice Force is the same way. Have you had that one yet?
It's possible.
It's possible. I know
Maybe
you like
I
your
did,
IPAs.
and I don't remember it. That's how good it was.
Yeah, the 9.5 will do that to you.
That's forceful.
That was good. That was a good segue. Very professional. Not bad for a year off. So, Westies, let's dive in. We're going to go into the past. We're going to step into our time machine. We're going to wind the clock back to 2022 when we had this conversation before, and hopefully these guys remember. But just really quickly, because this is hopefully not going to be a 2-hour episode. We're going to do our very best. What was something that you guys enjoyed about our season 2 here of Echoes Down the Road? Tommy, we'll start with you since you look like you're begging to speak.
I am begging to speak. I don't get enough opportunities to speak. As the drummer, I think that's just part of the role.
Could have stopped right there, and I don't get enough.
Okay, so that's what I thought about it. Who's next? No.
Wow.
My favorite parts of the shows are always learning about the lyrics. The fact that Eric writes to let people decide what the song means to them, and it's usually something different to everyone, and that's usually not what he meant to even write in the song. But learning about the lyrics is usually my favorite part, and then when Bobby tells about the mixing and all the fun stuff he does, just really cool stuff that I don't.
Tommy's favorite part is when I go, "Yep," and there were drums onto the bass.
Wow.
Pretty much every episode.
No. But that's it.
Wait, you
Lyrics
don't like
and
the
then hearing
bass?
about the back end.
Jeez.
Yeah, no, the bass is all right, but so that's it.
All right.
Cool.
Deep thoughts.
That was good. Hey, that was like I gotta, before we move on, I gotta give Tommy some props. That was like to the point. You didn't ramble. You sound awake. I don't see your bare feet on a desk or anything.
No.
Oh, he ruined it.
Oh no.
This year has been good for you. You sound like a nude man.
Well, it's been a year, so I've had time to rest.
Did you say a new man?
I heard
Yeah,
nude.
not nude. Nobody
He's
wants
clothed.
to see
All
that.
right, Bobby, Lance, why don't you take it away?
Well, for me, it's kind of the same as the first season as well. And I know Eric appreciated Tommy's answer because he said the lyrics. That speaks to his diva heart about the art that he crafts into this. So that was a very safe answer, Tommy. I appreciate you, and I know Eric does. But for me, honestly, just to remind all our listeners, we don't all live in the same area code. In fact, just tonight with our 3, well, there's 4 of us, but there are 3 states represented. And so it's just a pleasure to sit with you guys and see your face. Not all of you tonight. Bobby's having a problem with his camera. So he's staring at us like a creep, but we can't see him. But just to be able to talk and share and catch up on each other's lives just briefly during our airtime, as well as a lot of off-air antics. And so that for me is probably the most enjoyable, but I do enjoy, Tommy, the lyrics too, because I don't understand Eric's depth, nor do I always listen initially. So it's an opportunity for me to learn post-script, post-mortem. I don't know. There's no death, but yeah, and I think it's just for me just hanging out with each of you and sharing our songs with all of you out there.
Nice. That was very deep. Thank you, Lance.
Yeah, one of these days he's going to write a song that has like literally no meaning, and we're going to get all deep with the lyrics. He's like, no, this is really just about the sky.
Oh my gosh, you just set him up with a great idea.
Yeah, no. Or he's going to write a song where the lyrics are so on the nose that we're going to look past that, looking for a much deeper meaning.
Yeah,
and it'll be like,
of
no,
course.
it's what the words say. It's about
That's been everyone.
Yeah.
I'm if nothing, I'm just on the nose. No hidden meanings whatsoever.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have to go in the nose, but that's for another
Hey.
podcast.
pick your friends, pick your nose. Can't pick your friend's nose.
That's
Not with that
right.
attitude.
It's true. That's
All
your
right,
true
Bobby.
friend.
Tell us, dear Bobby, what did you enjoy about season
I mean,
2?
I'll give you a couple things here, but I'll try to keep it concise. The first one was being more of a part of the podcast this season. I'm pretty sure I was on every episode. I may have missed one this season. It's been a year. I don't remember. But on top of that, being more involved with the podcast by also being more involved with the songs, beyond just mixing. We talked about it in the number of songs where it happened, where I played a couple extra guitar parts and sang some backup harmonies and that sort of thing. So it was fun to be more, a part of the band and the recording experience, and being a little bit more heavy-handed with the production. On top of that, just getting to rant and rave with you guys as we get into some of the more political topics, or even just anything that sparks that sort of discussion, was super fun, and I love getting into that with you guys. And then getting to whinge and complain about, the cello player's cell phone going off in the middle of the song. That's the
I love that
best.
story. So buzzy.
Wow.
Are you sure it was a cell phone?
Oh, poor guy.
That's good. Thank you, Bobby.
What about you,
you-
Eric? What was your favorite
you-
parts?
For me, it was just getting better at podcasting. I mean, we're a little rusty right now just because it's been a year, I'm sure. So this episode's going to stand out as, an anomaly, or maybe it'll be even better. Who knows? But I think we got better at the art, and it is an art, the art of podcasting over season 2. I think we're better able to communicate what we're thinking. I liked having, Tommy show up a bit more and actually speak this time instead of lurking in the shadows. And I definitely agree that having Bobby on every episode, or almost every episode, I can't remember either, that was fun, because you're the 5th, 6th, whatever number we're on, member of West of House anyways, and part of the family, and entwined, if I may use that term, in our DNA, the DNA of the band. So it's been a joy, gentlemen. This has been a very fun season. I'm already looking forward to season 3. Is that too soon to say there's going to be a season 3?
Probably too soon.
It depends on how long it takes. If it takes us a year to finish this.
Yeah. Who knows? Well, again, Tommy's fault. Tommy needs to do
It's all
stuff.
Tommy's fault.
So, kind of sticking in the past. And again, we've been very succinct so far, so we want to keep that up. So we are now a little bit removed from Crescendo of Silence, which came out in September of 2020, and Drown the Wind 364 days later in 2021. So I think my next question is, before we were kind of on the cusp of just having recorded Drown the Wind, now that we're a little further down the road, echoes down the road from those 2 albums, how did they sit with you? What are your thoughts? What stories do you want to regale us with about those 2 fine albums?
I mean, I'll go ahead and jump in because it's been on the top of my mind. I've been working with a number of local and regional artists on production and mixing, and it's one of those things where we hope, anyway, the more you do it, the better you get at it. It's the same with any other craft, songwriting, musicianship, playing your instrument, and in my case, production and mixing. And while I'm very, very, very proud of the work that I was able to do with your art, gentlemen, on both Crescendo of Silence and Drown the Wind, there are things that I hear now. I can't spit off a specific example, but there are definitely some things that I hear in Crescendo of Silence and Drown the Wind that I feel like I could do better now, given the amount of just hours I've put in the saddle. So a lot of it,
It's Tommy. It's Tommy, isn't it?
it's Tommy.
Yeah, I figured.
Wow.
Yeah, the new drum dungeon's gonna present its own set of challenges for sure, but we'll work through it. But yeah, there's just a confidence I feel like I've gained. So on the one hand, very proud of the work, but at the same time, always looking to the future and looking how I can make the next thing we do together even better.
Nice.
I don't have any technical answer to this, except I'm proud to say I still like our music. I still enjoy listening to our music. It's not like it's
That's good. That's important.
worn out. I think those albums we all love of artists we have that we don't really listen to that album or some other album just because we either overdid it or I don't know. But it's tested, it's kind of been true, and people still enjoy it when they find out that I play in a band in my professional life. And when I share it, it still brings a spark to their lives, and I can still, enjoy it myself. So that's, for me, I think, is in terms of how they've aged. They're still beautiful, and I enjoy them, and I don't not listen to them, if that makes sense. I know a lot of artists sometimes just ignore what they did, but I still enjoy listening to us.
Yeah, I agree. If I end up throwing one of these two on in the car, I'll probably just listen to it for a week at a time. It's like that, and you know what's coming, but you've heard it a million times and you still love what's going to happen. And, the different pieces of the song, like if you listen to the podcast and everybody has their little favorite parts, well, those are kind of all my favorite parts now. When, Eric's doing something or Lance is, throwing down a bass line where he's like, I don't know, this just came to me in my sleep. And it's like one of the greatest bass lines I've ever heard. Or, some funkiness I know Bobby did in the background to fix something that I did in the foreground or something like that. You just think about all that and think about the time, it takes me back to when we were recording and I was in my little basement. And even from the beginning, the first song that we recorded was, was it American? No, not American. I just remember when we were first trying to find someone even to mix, and that process before we even found Bobby. So, all
that
those
first
thoughts
song
go
was
through
that was
dude.
Fallen.
Fallen, your
Fallen.
favorite song.
American was on Drown the Wind.
Yeah, no, I was thinking of something else, but I even go when I think about some of those songs, I even go back to what was going on when we were recording it at the time. And so, just have those memories, which are mostly good.
Pregnant pause.
No, they're all good.
Such a fan of your own band that you don't even know
They're
what
all
songs
good.
are what.
I know. There's been so many. No, they're all good. It's just I just kind of go back in time when I'm listening to them and I'm back in that zone.
So, yeah, I mean, you guys have good stuff. I still listen every now and then. One of the things that Lance and I got to do, which was very cool, and we'll tell a little story here. We have a friend who he worships his sound system and just puts together these pieces that cost as much as a house. And so we headed over there one day, and we sat on the couch and cracked open some beers, and we listened to Crescendo of Silence and Drown the Wind, and then our B-sides back to back. And that was a fun experience to hear how Crescendo gave way to Drown the Wind and how it's just a perfect partnership with those two albums. I don't think I have a hard time just listening to one on their own now because they both go together for me. They're that era. They're West of House 1.0, I guess. And it harkens back to this time when it was crazy and there was a lockdown and we were recording nonstop from like January 2020 till early August, late July 2021. I mean, in that span, we recorded, God, it's something like 25, 26, 27 songs. It was insane, an insane amount of work. And to be able to listen to that all and just take it in, that was wonderful. And really, since then, I don't think I've listened to either of the albums top to bottom. There are reasons for that, which we'll go into in a bit. But I do still love them. I'm like Bobby. I hear the little things here and there. And, on some remastered deluxe version in the future, we'll fix those and replace Tommy with some 808s. And, it'll all work out for the best. But there's other little things, other little mistakes that are in there that I actually love that make me smile, usually because they're not mine. And, it's like, that's a fun little affectation. Any of the mistakes that are mine, and there's a few, there's about three instances between those albums that I should have fixed, and I didn't, and I cringe a little, and I'll take those to my grave because I will not allow those to be used against me in a court of law. But I'm very proud, very happy about the work we did. All you guys were just stinking amazing on both those albums. And I think that's kind of a good segue to take us to the present. You know, I know my note. I'm going to go out of order on my notes, but so I'll say it here now. We are currently in the process of recording our third album.
Woo!
Yes,
Slow and arduous.
it's happening, and it's a much slower process. That's one of the reasons why I haven't been listening to our older stuff, because my whole approach has changed in writing number 3. I don't really want our first 2 albums to influence any of that. I am purposely only doing music right now, and I want all the music finished and the tracks finished before I even touch lyrics, because I'm going to approach that differently too. It's going to be a different monster, how I create those and craft those. But yeah, we are actively recording, and on my little screen, my little Tommy, my little Lance, you know, you can give some thoughts. I don't think there's anything you can give away that's secret. So tell us a little what's going on.
You want to take that, Tommy?
Oh yeah, I'll tell you. So yeah, we are recording, and as we kind of mentioned earlier, I'm in a new space now, so we don't know what challenges. Hopefully, it'll be a better sound for Bobby, so he has fewer issues to deal with. But we'll find out. And the new style of recording that Eric wants to do the music first without the lyrics is a challenge to me in particular, because I like to accentuate vocals as well as the music in my playing. And with no vocals, I obviously don't know, you know, kind of where the song's going. I can hear it in the music, but it's easier for me to judge the emotion of the song through the lyrics, and there aren't any there. So I sent stuff to Eric, and I'm like, okay, this is what I have. He's like, oh, that's perfect. I'm like, really? I feel like I should have done more, but I did all I could, and he loves it. So I guess that's all I can do. So that's kind of where I'm at personally on this new one, but I'm excited to get it done and see then what the lyrics bring to a song that I probably haven't heard for 6 months after I recorded it.
Yeah, it seems, I don't know why it's different, but it feels different in the sense of there was this kind of early beginning avalanche with our first 2 albums where like the excitement of doing this virtually, separately, that was super exciting. And it's not like it's not exciting now. It's just lives are still moving down the tracks, and I don't necessarily want to you know, I mean, I could definitely be a little more active participant of things, but I'm excited that we're still doing this. There's some really cool material that we want to share with all of you guys and gals. And so that's what excites me. I would just wish I could sit down and do more often. And I don't know exactly why I don't. Busyness, I don't know. My oldest turns 16 tomorrow. And life just does what it does. But it's never not happened. So I try to remind Eric, I've never let you down. And I will produce. And I will put out for you. Which you can take that in every way.
You have to walk down the street. You can be in my studio. So,
and often I do, but we don't always do studio work. We might play games with each other or soak. And to give context to that, I have a new hot tub, and Eric sometimes comes over and soaks with me. That's what that means, right, Bobby?
Good save.
Yeah,
Good save.
yeah, it's not the Urban Dictionary kind of soaking. This is actual soaking.
Yeah, you should make him record a track before you soak with him next, because it sounds like he particularly likes that.
Oh, I've been recording plenty.
Oh, I know you have, but you should tell Lance, I'm not soaking with you until you give me another track.
Eric's a busy bee.
You literally have 2 in your folder right now. You should be working on.
No, I'm good.
So yeah, I mean, as you can imagine, and we joke, this is a much slower process this time around. You know, and there's a few reasons for that. I mean, life is still crazy. You know, we all have careers. My career's gotten a lot busier. They made the mistake of promoting me at work, and now I'm in charge of more. And, you know, that's all wonderful. It's wonderful for the family. I do enjoy the paycheck quite a lot, and the work. The work is awesome, too. But, you know, I think, and we will announce this. This is a brand new announcement, but we are down a member. You might remember Dave from Crescendo Silence and just a handful of tracks on Drown the Wind, but Dave is no longer an official member of West of House. So that is breaking news, boys and girls.
True, and that, in my mind, it's part of the thing is where Kevin, also still a member, He's got a baby and lives in another state as well. And I know we've been hoping that he can still re-engage and produce all the tasty licks that he does. And when Kevin has the time, he is still able to do that. And I think that's partly been the hope and the frustration for me is I love his sound and what he brings because it's always, Eric and I talk about this often, it's always a surprise when he does share some material he puts together because it's a complete different direction than maybe what we were thinking or where the song was going, but it's always great and never disappoints. And so hoping without Dave and without Kevin being able to produce as much as he maybe used to, that's probably made me drag my feet, which is an excuse, but it's a terrible one. So
Yeah.
but it's the truth.
No excuses. And we'll get there. I mean, Dave had to go, and there was nothing evil that happened. Perfectly amicable. Life happens, and Dave's focusing on other things. No resentment on our part. No hurt feelings on his part. So sorry if you're looking for any sort of drama. I still talk to Dave. He's doing well, and he's always there. He's offered up his services for a guest spot here and there if we need him. But yeah, that leaves Kevin as the lone lead guitarist. I mean, I still play as well, but I don't have the special lick prowess that Kevin possesses. He's kind of like the Edge. He's very unique in what he does, and that's not something that can be replicated by just anyone who knows how to play guitar. I know I've told Bobby that before.
Yeah.
On tracks like, hey, Bobby, sound like Kevin. And that's not fair to you, is it, Bobby?
Well, yeah, because Kevin's got a sauce. Kevin's got a secret sauce, and I don't know what it is, but the dude's a wizard when it comes to that sort of just tasty lickage. But that does tie in where you have, for album 3, as we're discussing it, you have brought me in earlier in the process than we have in the past.
This is true.
We are working on a few guitar things together. At least one track. I've sent you some stuff back we've been pretty happy with. But yeah, the process, it's just going slower than it has been. Life, finds a way to get in the way, and we will prevail.
Yeah, the one thing I can promise is this will not take as long as Chinese democracy.
That's a good thing.
You've set a precedent now. I'm going to hold you to that.
So I think that gives us a 16-year countdown.
All right, let's go, boys.
I think we'll beat it.
That's a pretty high bar.
It's going good. Demo wise, I've got demos. I forgot how many I wrote for this process, but it's something insane. It's close to 25. 25 songs just for this project in varying stages of completion. Tommy's done drums to 3 or 4. Lance has got bass tracks down to 2 or 3, I think.
Sure.
I've got pieces from Kevin that we just need to work out. I'm almost done with all my guitars, which is a good feeling. So we are getting there. We are making progress. It will not come out anytime soon. I don't think you'll see a I can conclusively say you will not see a 2023 release date for this because that would just involve me setting fires under everyone and torturing people and threatening members of their family. And it's so much effort, and I'm much lazier now. But 2024, I think there's good hope. You may see a finished track this year, which would be fun, track or 2, which we could release to create some buzz, but it's good stuff, and it's different. It's how I like to describe it is you can tell it's a West of House song that doesn't sound like a West of House song. So if you know us, you'll be like, oh, this is a West of House song. But this does not sound like something off Crescendo or a B-side off Drown the Wind. There's some interesting things going on. But exciting. I'm excited. I hope you guys are excited.
Yeah, I certainly am.
Crickets.
I really appreciate the ability to record for this band since it's where I do most of the recording, and I really enjoy the recording process. So I am thankful for that.
You haven't been fired yet, so keep it up.
Not this show. I think I got fired the last episode, didn't I?
I thought it was every episode.
Every episode.
Yeah, I think so.
But we always welcome you back, Tommy, because we do love you.
Yeah. Hey, before we move on to the future, we have another kind of announcement that we made online. Entwined, the video, won an award recently.
Oh, yeah. Talk about that. Talk about that one, Tommy. This is pretty cool.
So there's a small film, what do they call those things? A film festival here in Utah called the Zepstone Film Festival. And we entered Entwined as a music video to be, judged. And we ended up winning Best Rock and Roll Song for Entwine the
Whoa.
video. Yeah.
Nice.
So we had a lot of feedback, really good feedback on it. People loving it. The judges really loving it. Unfortunately, I was out of town when they had the gala, and I wasn't able to walk the red carpet. I mean, it was a real thing, and I didn't make that.
I know how you love a good gala.
I do. You know, anytime I can. The next time I go to a gala will be the first time. But we got an award. We won an award. We posted it online, and so now's a good time maybe to pause this and go check out that video, or put a little note down and say, I need to go check that video out. It's on YouTube, and it's called Entwined. And I think it came out really good, and I'm really happy that we're still getting some good positive forward movement from that album.
That was a good video.
And just to let everyone know, Tommy pretty much solely created that video for that song. Am I correct?
I did do a lot of it. Yes, I did. Eric was a producer. Like, I sent him ideas, and he's like, yeah, I like this. I don't like this. So I'd move clips around. But between the both of us, we put that together, and I think it turned out great.
Tommy did the legwork.
I did
I offered some brain stuff, but Tommy did all the hard
stuff.
work with that one.
Tommy, I was going to fire you this episode since we were talking about it, but since you got us an award, I'll spare you. I can't promise.
You've totally redeemed yourself.
I can't promise Eric or Lance will change their minds, but I'll let you go this episode.
and
that was good. I love that video. I still show it to people. I'm very, very proud of it.
Yeah, I know it's a good video because I've had people I've known for a long time contact me and say, hey, there's a lot of homosexual or whatever things on this video. Is that what you guys stand for? You know, it's when you get people contacting you on the side, like not publicly, but more privately, kind of questioning who you are because of something you made. It's like, yeah, I guess I did the right thing.
You know, if you haven't seen the video, Tommy's, comment right there just probably made you run to YouTube, to see what he's talking about. So basically, I mean, I'll describe it there. You can go look. I'd rather get the view. But, Entwined is a love story, and it's about love between all people. Love is love. And we have some opposite gender couples and same-sex gender couples in that video, and it's just showing the fact that love transcends everything. And yeah, there's a portion of our country that pisses off, and they can kick rocks. They suck and are stupid and are bigoted, and I don't care if they hear me say that. That's a reason why I'm very proud of that. I have numerous friends in the LGBTQ plus community, big supporters of the Entwined video. Lots of tears when I showed that, because I think, while no one in the band is a part of that community, we wanted to be very clear that we are allies of the LGBTQ plus community. And this was a very strong way to stand by our friends. And if you're not getting hit with the same rocks that are being thrown at them, then you're not standing close enough to the issue. And Entwined was our way of saying, hey, we're willing to take some punches here too. And that's why Tommy did a great job of knocking out of the park. That video pulls no punches. It is not, it's very in your face. It's not graphic. It's completely family friendly. Don't think of it like that if you haven't seen it. It's very, very pure and loving. And it's just a wonderful video. Just did a hell of a job, Tommy.
Thank you.
But I anticipated there would be some blowback, and there's been a little. But it's not blowback I care about, because the folks who are against that those are opinions that I just dismiss, and they go straight into the circular file, if you know what I mean.
I am just waiting for the day that video gets a comment like, west of house, more like woke of house.
Wow.
Oh, I'm going to make a t-shirt the day that happens.
Just west of house, but have the west crossed out and say woke, and then rainbow flag behind it. There you go.
Oh my God, that's beautiful. Well done. Did you just come up with that?
Off the top of my head. Nope,
been
top
in your
of my
back
head.
pocket?
Just now.
Wow. That is great. I can't wait. I got one really dirty message on our Facebook from someone who I knew it was an acquaintance, but that video made him mad.
No kidding.
He was not happy, and that just made me happier.
When you piss off the bigots, it's a good day.
Yeah, it's pretty much. It's like if a Nazi's mad at you, you've done the right thing.
Wow.
There's a lot of gray areas in life, but if you're on the other side of bigots and Nazis, then I would say you're probably doing the right thing.
It's also a great episode on this podcast because we really do dig into that and those personal experiences in more depth.
That would be a good one to go jump back and listen to if you haven't. That was a great episode too.
Mm-hmm. I don't know if any of you paid attention to this, and I could be totally wrong, but I feel like that video slowly gained some viewership, right? And when
it did really well.
Well, like over time, right?
Really?
Like it's like when words,
and it's still going strong. Like I'll look, and those views go up every week.
So as that kind of picked up momentum in terms of views, when I looked, and I'm an Apple guy, so when I'm looking at our album every now and then when I'm playing it, Entwined originally wasn't one of those starred, frequently listened to as compared to a few of the other songs. But as that video progressively got more picked up, that song turned into a star and is one of the more listened to songs on the album too because of that video.
The power of videos, man, which is why we needed to do more. Remember Tommy said he was going to make like 4 more and then he didn't?
What? We're lifting him up right now. We'll talk about that later. But.
Yeah.
No, I've got some ideas for some of them, but I just...
Well, then do it.
Do it now, come on.
Do it now. I actually contacted a lady about doing one for
Cattywampus.
God, my brain is fried.
Cattywampus.
That's right, because I wanted her.
Wow.
Like I wanted her to do it like in like a way that was kind of, told her this would probably be kind of emotional for you, so you have to make sure you can find a partner you can do this with. Because I wanted to make it like the words in the song, and she didn't get back to me. It's like, okay, I guess
find another one, dude. If you've got, it's not too late to push around the wind stuff.
Yeah,
I mean, there's no rules anymore. Like something's too far gone.
Yeah,
which is like, I mean, like if someone came out and put out a vinyl for Crescendo of Silence, that would totally be okay. It's not like there's one guy holding up that whole process.
That's an amazing
one guy
idea.
who could get it done probably tomorrow if he actually put some effort into it. And it's only been like 3 years that I've been bitching about the stupid vinyl. I mean, we're not talking about anyone on this podcast right now.
That's an
of course
amazing
not.
Original idea.
This is all a metaphorical story.
Theoretical,
like
hypothetical.
Odysseus.
wow.
That's brand new information.
Anyways, get the video done. Go find another lady then. It's a fantastic idea, and I've told you that before. So get your ass in gear, Tommy. Kind of spitballing off what Lance said, about the videos bringing views. If you look at our stats, and I'm not going to do numbers because that's just a little too narcissistic. But since like the release of Entwined and kind of, I've noticed there were some tracks that have gone into radio playlists on Spotify. On their algorithms that we didn't do, which is wonderful. If you look at our numbers for Spotify, we have solid numbers every month. So people are sticking. And we're talking, multiple digits, not just the same 5 guys. Again, I'm not going to do the narcissistic thing and brag because that's not cool. But there we have a consistent base right now who are listening to our music, and people we don't know. About 5 countries other than ours, really like the West of House, it appears, especially the UK. UK and Australia, we're doing very well. Yeah, it's really interesting stuff. And there was some other, there was another country. Can't think of it right now, but it was neat. It was like Turkey, but I don't know. I don't know what resonated. Probably not Entwined in that country, but maybe some of the other songs. All right, so we kind of veered off as we were apt to do, which is cool. Good stuff on Entwined. I'm glad you brought up the thing. I didn't have that down in my notes, Tommy, and that was cool. I was very, very proud of that little award. So hopefully there will be more like them. So we're going to kind of springboard into the future. Obviously, album 3 is coming 2024 sometime. Hopefully a song will be done this year. I would love to. I'm really working hard to get 1, maybe even 2 things out just as kind of a teaser. I don't know what those songs will be yet. But we're going to go out of order here too. West of House will be performing at the Orange County Fair on August 13th, 2023 at 1:30 p.m. So how do you like them apples?
Woo!
Really looking forward to it.
I'm a little sad that I'm unavailable for those apples, unfortunately.
Yeah, Bobby was invited and he rejected
He declined us
He did.
hard.
in my defense, I'm already booked that day.
You could have canceled.
Yeah.
We should be more important. So yeah, that's going to be a fun show. Tommy will be there. Lance will be there. I will be there. And this is what I'm really excited about. There will be another guitarist playing with us who's not Kevin. Kevin couldn't make it. Who's not Dave because, Dave's left the band. And who is not Bobby. And this new guy, his name is Darren. And it was funny, he's a friend of Lance's. And then Lance and I talked about it. We knew he played guitar. And so we're like, okay, great. And then I said, so Lance, tell me about his playing. Then Lance said, I've never heard him play. So I was like, oh, what have we done? What have we done? Lance, yes, we had invited him and Lance had never actually heard him play. So I let the guy in based on Lance's recommendation, assuming that Lance was very familiar with his guitar prowess, but Lance was not.
Everything that guy touches turns to gold.
Obviously, I would have different words for you right now if this hadn't worked out well. But he sent us some clips the other night of him playing Echoes Down the Road, and doing the outro solo. And oh, golly jeepers. This kid's got licks for days. He's good. And he can sing. So he was doing background vocals on his the little lo-fi clip he sent us. And I got to say, gentlemen, I am looking forward to this show and playing with Darren.
Yeah, it was a pleasant surprise because everything he does is great. He's a coworker of mine.
You didn't know that. You didn't know that till recently.
No, I knew it in my heart and my loins.
Your loins are not to be trusted. Yeah, so very excited, and he's a good dude. Like Lance says, he plays hockey with us, and now there's 3 of us, on the same hockey team. We don't know what the future will hold. We don't know if we'll work with him after this. Who knows? Who knows what will happen in those rehearsals? He and Tommy may get in a fist fight. We don't know, Personalities may clash. Points of view may divide and conquer. But I think this is going to be I think this will be good for us. We were ready to go full power trio if we had to. We would have done full power trio for the fair and we would have made it work and it would have been loud and in your face and awesome because I'm not great, but I'm a capable guitarist. I can pull that off. I know how the songs are supposed to go since I wrote them.
I would hope so.
But having another guy who can shred, and he can shred. He does a lick in that Echoes outro solo that way more complicated than what's actually on the album. It's very sweet. It's not to take away whoever played that lick. I don't know if it was Dave or Kevin. It's still good. But kid's good. Tommy, you're gonna be happy. You're gonna be very pleased. And I joked in our group text. I said, don't be surprised if we just write a new song the first day of practice.
From the sidelines, I do hope we get to see, and I'm hoping I'm aligned with the fans here and the listeners. I hope we get to see, if we can't make it to the fair, video of the performance from the fair. Hopefully that'll make it to social media.
So hopefully someone will. I know when we play the hangar, they record it. We're not playing the hangar this year because I actually prefer the outside stage because we're close to the beer tent. And you get, in my experience, you get a lot more people, kicking back there. We need someone in the audience who can record. So hopefully someone will do that. Maybe Lance will convince one of his children to just sit there with a phone.
It's possible.
Or do something, but yeah, we got a great video the last time we played there. And the full thing. I think Brian did that. Rest in peace.
Yeah, I thought it was Brian.
That one turned out well, but we need that again just so Bobby can,
see what I missed out on.
Turn down the lights and put that on the big screen and just cry.
Oh, the manliest tears.
Say, instead I played the Cowlord Cowboy Palace instead of hanging with West.
I think you're right. I think I'm actually at that casino that weekend.
You're at a casino?
Yeah, it's a horse off-track betting place. We've got like 10 of them in town.
Be like slot machine sounds in the background?
Yeah, I'm far enough away that I don't hear that, and I'm louder than all of them. I'm the loudest musician they have in that place.
That doesn't surprise me.
The crowd's hit or miss, but they pay good. They got that casino money.
Yeah, casino money is not bad money. Why don't you get me an opening gig and I'll fly?
All right. I'll see what I can do.
See? All right. I'll do that for some money.
Which leads us into the next little item here.
What is the next little item?
You might be flying out to play a duet with Bobby.
I don't see that on the list. What are you talking
I
about?
don't see that anywhere in the notes. What are you
talking about? Oh, that?
Look at it.
That's not really a live performance thing. That's
Oh, but it could. Ye have little faith and envision.
Okay. So, I mean, Lance's segue was abjectly
it was
terrible.
horrible.
But it'll work. So while we've been doing West of House stuff, Bobby and I were working during the downtime too, during the break. And when we recorded this the first time, we refused to say the name, but I think we will say the name now. So Bobby and I are a 2-man band, and that band is called Laser Dick.
And I want to be clear on the spelling of it. It is all capital letters, one word. However, there
All
is a
capital.
space between each letter.
Yes.
The typography is important.
That's how powerful that band
So
is.
I want you to imagine you type out the word laser dick in all caps, put a space between each one, and it ends up sounding, instead of just like, oh, it's laser dick. There you go. In the Lance just edited our podcast notes to have it spelled correctly. Instead of just, oh, it's laser dick, it's laser dick. So
Yeah, even when you say it, you can tell there are no lowercase letters.
laser dick.
How about it's Z? Does a Z look
No,
better?
too much. That's too much.
No, don't
No,
mess with stuff.
Don't, you don't mess
understand.
with perfection. Don't do that.
You can't comprehend.
You don't
the power of
understand the
laser
dick.
It looks more dangerous.
So you know how I said album 3, it was like you could tell it's West of House, but it didn't sound like West of House. This sounds nothing like
Good
West of House.
grief, yeah.
Thank the Lord.
And Bobby is our first single is that available for public consumption? Is that complete?
I think I was gonna redo. You can edit this out if you want to. I think I was gonna redo the guitar solo, and otherwise it was complete.
So will it be complete by the time
I
this
can make
airs?
that happen. Yeah. So by the time you're listening to this, that the first song we've got should be available for you to listen to.
And so we're going to do one better. First, Bobby, what is the name of that song?
If I remember correctly, let me check my notes here. It's Throat Punching Pandas.
Throat Punching Pandas.
It is.
Are you sure that's
and,
not a West House song?
No, there's no metaphors in these lyrics. This is literally about throat punching pandas. And since we don't have any new West of House music to play for you today, we are going to do the world premiere, and we'll get it up on Spotify, after this airs. But right now, the world premiere of Throat Punching Pandas by Laser Dick. I freaking love that song.
Hey, so because of your title of the name, without even the song, does every song have an E then with this?
An E?
He's talking the explicit with regards to the name Laserdisc.
Oh, I don't think there's any explicit lyrics in Throw Punching
I
Pandas.
don't think
at
there
all.
are. It's just about a bunch
I
of.
know that.
I mean, it's
but
violent
because
content.
of the title of the band.
No, that's not explicit. No. I mean, Laserdisc, it's really the shortened version of Laser Richard. It's not about, penises or anything.
It's really Laser
Just-
Richard
it's-
III Esquire. We
Yes.
couldn't fit that on Spotify.
It's just about that guy.
Yeah, it's because you put a space between every letter.
It's his life story. He fought throat punching pandas. It's a lore.
There's another one coming if Bobby can get inspired by my voice memos. Because if Tommy keeps being slow with this, we're just going to have to do a Laserdisc.
All right, Laserdisc it is.
Because actually, I know Bobby and I could release a full length album this year.
Oh man.
Because if Pedal to the Metal, we could
We
actually
do.
get that done.
If you feed me lyrics and concepts, I can bash out instrumental ideas like nobody's business.
I sent you a good one, so show me that one, and then I will come back with 8 more, and then we'll
All
have
right,
an
let's
album.
do it. You heard it. You
I'm
heard
challenging
it.
you right
heard
now.
it here first.
I am challenging you right now on this podcast to finish a Laserdisc album in the year 2023.
All right, I'm gonna go to the store and get some more coffee and some Red Bull and some cocaine, some Red Bull and some.
That's right. So, interesting song, as you can tell. Lance, did it scare you? Did the song scare you?
No, I was just about to ask Tommy how he's doing, if he wanted to talk about anything and catch up.
Well, he heard Laserdisc and those drums are.
Well, yeah, we're talking about the Laserdisc song.
I know, because Tommy and I have nothing to bring to the
Oh,
table.
you want to throw it to Tommy? Okay, well, Tommy, we'll get Tommy's thoughts. What'd you think, Tommy? Were you frightened? Were your pants tight?
It's when I think of pandas, I don't think of throat punching.
Have you not seen Kung Fu Panda?
Oh yeah,
He literally punches
but that's
throats.
not a real panda. That's a
Cartoon.
cartoon panda.
It's based on a true
Yeah,
story.
Come on.
Everyone knows this. Otherwise, why would they
Have
make
you
a
ever
movie
seen
out
a
of it?
panda do a war cry? It's terrifying.
No.
Yes, they are
Haunt
not to
your
be messed with.
dreams, my guy.
I've seen them walk out on a branch and then have their fat ass break it and fall on the ground.
No, that is a leap. That is a leap to the
And
ground
it's a
below,
superhero landing. The 3-point
in efforts to murder someone on the ground.
by punching them in the
To be
throat.
fair, I don't think pandas actually climb trees.
What are you talking
What's
about?
that?
Climb trees.
They lay on the
Pandas
ground
can do anything.
and they grab crap and rip it to their mouth.
Pandas are known worldwide as the most dangerous animal.
Like
Mhm.
ninjutsu.
There have been more human deaths via panda than any other animal. I'm pretty sure this is true.
Ninjutsu and a whole bunch of other martial arts are based on the natural predatory violence of a panda. I can assure you of that.
Yep.
Don't Wikipedia it. But what do I know? I just wrote a song about throat punching pandas.
So yeah, obviously there's
I love it.
no subtlety or seriousness with Laserdisc, which is fun. It's fun to write something that there's no social commentary. It's just throat punching pandas, and the world needs this. There's also probably some No Sky Can Blind Us music on the horizon. If Tommy keeps taking forever to do West of House songs, I'm going to steal those songs and turn them into solo songs. That was my threat to Tommy.
Wow.
That if these guys slow down, I'm just going to make a solo album.
I have more done than Lance. You said.
You do. That's
Okay.
true.
For now.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, I've got 3 in the can, and I've got 2 I'm working on, so there'll be 5 pretty soon.
Hey, you can count.
That's awesome.
That's a good skill to
So,
have for
so
a
by the
drummer.
time this airs, those 2 should be done.
Yeah,
So
that
that gives
should
you
be-
a month.
Yeah, nah, shouldn't need that long.
The only other thing that's kind of in the future, we don't know when, would be season 3 of Echoes Down the Road.
Yeah, we've talked about this before, where social topics or personal things that don't have anything to do with the band per se, but just a couple people that are really awesome and love talking to each other
And Tommy.
Yeah.
always.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a good one. I mean, hopefully we'll have something out where we can go in kind of a more topical direction. Obviously, a just West of House centric podcast just can't all work forever. But I mean, we will talk about the songs again, on album 3. So my hope is that we'll be able to get season 3 started before we are in the place to just talk about songs and go over them, so we can start working on this new this new podcast era. You know, we wanted to do that with season 2 of the podcast, and we completely failed because we recorded Drown the Wind so fast. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. I like hanging out with you guys, and you know, it's an experience. It's fun. It's enjoyable. I've actually over this past hour realized that I've missed this, you guys. It makes my cold heart tingle.
I've missed this as well.
It's good to know we can do something to melt the ice crystals in your heart.
Shut up, Tommy.
Wow, there it is.
There it is.
Dropped it.
That's got to be a band name or an album name down the road.
It's definitely a hat and T-shirt.
It's gonna be a T-shirt. Right?
Merch.
That's like the Echoes Down the Road, you know, tagline, which is really the only reason we keep you around, because I don't want to have to change that tagline.
No, it's
It's so
good.
You know,
perfect.
Shut Up Lance doesn't have the same ring.
Shut Up Tommy has a rhythm
Doesn't
to it.
flow off the lips. Shut up, Tommy. That's like, and people say it. I walk down the street and I hear people saying it all the time.
Yeah, I hear that too, actually.
That's your wife. But she's on the same page as us.
She
so.
gets it.
Yeah,
Really, she's the one who deserves the award, not Entwined, because putting up with you has to be my God. All right. So not a lot left. Let's kind of go into closing thoughts, gentlemen. Closing thoughts. What do you got? What's on your mind before we take a break until season 3? I swear to God, hopefully it won't be a year. But hit me with your best shot, Pat Benatar.
Fire away. Sorry, couldn't help myself. Well, the thing that just popped into my head that I just love hearing from musicians in general, as we head into what's looking to be a break between podcast seasons, I do want to know what you guys are listening to other than West of House. What's on your playlist right now?
Oh, that's good.
I'll give you mine right now. And Eric is probably up there with me too. I am addicted to the new Sleep Toke album, the Take Me Back to Eden. Oh my
Who would you like to thank
God.
for that?
Oh, that's you for introducing me to Sleep Token. What, about 2 years ago? When you sent me Atlantic, the first track off of This Place Will Become Your Tomb, that hit me like a ton of bricks, and I got hooked and just delved into their whole discography. And then when this, you know, as they leaked the singles and then the album came out, that whole album just touches me in inappropriate places with full
I
consent.
mean, it's definitely going to be in my top 5 of the year. So I completely agree with Bobby. Sleep Token is freaking
and
amazing.
you've got tickets to see them. I've got tickets to see them. We're gonna have to compare notes, but
Yes.
yeah, that's gonna be a fun show for sure.
Cannot wait.
Lance, what are you listening to?
On a similar topic, Eric introduced me to Kevin Gilbert.
Yeah, that's true. I did.
So I would say in the past month, it's mostly been listening to him and classic Bob Marley reggae.
Ooh, shaking it up.
I don't think I know Kevin Gilbert though. I'm gonna have to check that out.
What?
I don't think I do.
You don't
I
know
don't
Kevin
think I do.
Gilbert?
Give me a song.
No songs.
that's
Just
the
albums.
album
You need to track
Thud?
down Shaming of the True. It's not on
Oh,
streaming.
okay.
The album is called Shaming of the True. It is an absolute
I'm gonna add
masterpiece.
that to my notes.
There's only one album that's on streaming, which is Thud.
Yeah, Thud's great
Apparently,
too.
No Reasons Given is also on. Although that looks like it might be like a remix album or something. I'm not sure.
It's an older band of his, and
Okay.
it's good. You can also, I'm sure you've heard of Toy Matinee, right?
That does sound familiar. I'm pretty sure I have heard that.
That's Kevin Gilbert and Patrick Leonard. Had a big hit single around 1990 with Last Plane Out. Kevin Gilbert, he's just a freaking genius. He's no longer with us. Rest in peace. But man, brilliant artist. And Lance, that makes me happy. That pleases me to hear you die. Have you been listening to Shaming or just rolling Thud over and over?
It's all I got, being an Apple guy.
Well, just download it off YouTube, or I'll burn you a copy or something.
I like that.
Tommy, what are you listening to?
I've actually been, I don't know I've been listening to a lot of old school country honky tonk stuff, and it's kind of, I don't know, it maybe more of an emotional thing because it reminds me of my dad, who's been gone for quite a while, but every once in a while that something turns that up. And so to kind of have good, favorable memories right now about that, I listen to, old school country, 60s, 70s, 80s, kind of the old honky tonk stuff.
Fair enough. Not really my cup of tea, but fair enough.
Yeah, no, and the more I listen to it, the more I'm like, oh wow, this is actually not. But you can tell a pretty good story in 2 minutes if you don't have a whole bunch of crap.
What are you saying about
You know,
Westinghouse
it's just-
songs? What are you talking about?
Oh, they're amazing. Yeah. I mean, you know my prog background, and if a song's not 10 minutes, it's not a song. But you listen to some of these older country things, and yeah, you know, it's kind of chill and an interesting story, and like I say, it gives me some good memories of my dad and thinking about, oh, these songs are horrible. I'll never listen to this, and now here I am, older, listening to it, but maybe not for the song so much as what the memories are from listening to that song.
Totally fair. I get it.
That's nice, Tommy. That was nice.
Eric, I am going to put you on the spot, though, just to not give you the easy out of doubling up on Sleep Token with me. What else are you listening to? Just so we have all four of us.
Oh, I'm glad you asked, my friend. This has been a wonderful year for new music. Just absolutely wonderful. A lot of things are making the rotation. Sleep Token is, of course, high. The new King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard, that album is fantastic. They really brought it. The new Extreme album, very, very good. I've always been an Extreme fan since the late 80s. And just great rock songs, kicking solos. The new Derek Webb, he's getting spun a lot. He's wonderful. New Periphery. I even like the new Avenged Sevenfold. I hated the past few albums. But, man, they've done something really, really interesting. But I think my favorite, and I'm going to go, out of left field here, besides Sleep Token, the new Boy Genius album.
Well, I'll have to check that out.
If you don't know Boy Genius, it's a super group made up of Julian Baker, Phoebe Bridgers, and Lucy Dacus. And on their own right, they are all absolutely brilliant songwriters. But together, man, it is something else. And if you haven't heard these girls, they are quite amazing.
I am quite the Phoebe Bridgers fan. I'll have to check this out because I haven't checked out.
If you like Phoebe Bridgers,
right,
then you will absolutely love
add it
this.
to the list.
They are brilliant, and it's really, they are pushing it for best album of the year with me, with what they
That's
just
high
came
praise
up with.
coming from you.
So you'll dig it. All right, so I want your review later tonight because I know you'll get on it. Other than that, a whole lot of Sparks. I mean, Sparks are big on my playlist right now. I'm seeing them next Sunday at the Hollywood Bowl with They Might Be Giants. If you don't know Sparks, you need to. They've been around playing in some iteration since 1968, and they are still going strong, and they are brilliant. Edgar Wright did a wonderful documentary of them a couple years ago. So, but what do I know? I don't listen to that much music.
Not even a little bit. You don't even know what music is.
Yeah, I mean, nonstop. My stuff is
What's
going.
a song?
I've been very happy. Good question, Bobby. I mean, that was... Yeah, it's almost like that should become a part of the season 3 podcast.
I like it. Let's consider that.
I mean, to bring music somehow into the conversation that's not ours.
I feel like that's a good, if we bookend the podcast with what you drink in there and then what you're listening to.
Oh, maybe we need a theme song.
Ooh, I wonder who could do that.
What you listening to?
You can't see it, but I have my finger on my nose right now.
There we go. Awesome. Any other closing thoughts? I mean, Bobby kind of grand slammed it there with a whole nother skit segment, but Tommy, Lance, anything you want to close with?
I did make a little note, WYLT, what you listening to, just for future podcast closures.
Well, that's good. That's good.
Yeah, I'm excited for the new music, and this is good hanging out with you guys. It'll be good to go down to Orange County in August and sweat my nuts off to rock out with you guys. Can't wait for that. I'm glad you're doing the outside stage this time because it's not hot enough in the hangar.
Wow.
But I'm really
the
excited
hangar's
for that.
The hangar's a wonderful stage, but the place holds like 4,000 people.
Yeah.
So I mean, even when you get 100 people, it just looks empty.
Right.
We're on the outside. If you get 25 people, the place is packed, and we usually pull in more than 25. So it's fun. And then people bring you beer, and you drink it, and you forget what you've played, and it's great. And then afterwards, they beat up the drummer for making so many mistakes, and we call it a day.
But who doesn't like a drummer's nuts sweating?
This drummer doesn't like that, actually.
Drummer's nuts sweating sounds like the next wave of ska, like one of the new bands.
That could actually be the new Laserjack song.
Drummer's nuts sweating.
Sweat of the drummer!
So that's what I mean. As much as I enjoy recording with you guys, I think playing live is just a step up. even if it lasts 40 or 45 minutes or whatever the set's going to be.
I was just
So I'm looking
thinking,
forward to
Tommy,
that.
I don't think I've played live with you besides your wedding since we were in Anaheim together.
Well, we rehearsed for last year's gig. Does
That's
that
true, as we celebrated Eric's COVID.
Yeah, that was fun. This is our revenge tour.
Out for
That was
blood.
brutal.
I blame Tommy. Tommy gave me COVID.
I didn't even get a T-shirt. There's T-shirts.
We're getting merch together. It's SUT.
There-
Shut up, Tommy.
I get 10% of that, don't I?
Woke of House.
Woke up house.
Well, good. Good stuff. So, yeah, like they mentioned, Westies, August 13th, Orange County Fair. This year, it's coming up. We'll be playing at 1:30 on the Plaza stage, so you want to be there. The show is free with paid fair admission, and if you're listening to this, you better go out and buy that ticket fast because that is the last day of the fair, and it is guaranteed to sell out. Lance will be wearing dolphin shorts,
Of
so
course.
if that doesn't bring you in, I don't know what
Tommy
will.
will be in a Speedo.
Yeah, I'm not.
But sitting
I'm out.
down. I'll be sitting down.
I'm
so
out.
it's
It just
okay.
turned into Jazz Odyssey.
With mesh for better breathing.
Yeah.
So go out. Hey, go listen to our albums, Go listen to Crescendo Silence. Go listen to Drown the Wind. If it's been a while since it has, for me, maybe I'm going to do that tonight too. That's going to be fun. And you know where you can find us? You can find us on Spotify, on Apple Music, on Bandcamp at westofhouse.bandcamp.com, on Facebook, West of House Band, Instagram, the same name, and Twitter, the same name, even though Twitter sucks. And you can subscribe to us at YouTube on youtube.com/C, as in Tommy, and /West of House. And, that's all the social media stuff. I just kind of want to get over that fast because it's plugging. It just sounds bad and narcissistic, but that's okay. But we're very happy you joined us. We were very proud of season 2 and the almost year and a half it's taken us to get through it, but it's been worth it. We were happy to share with you some new information because the first finale we didn't have a lot to share. So this has been an absolute joy to tell you about album number 3, about new shows. All these things have lined up to create the star that is West of House. So really, Lance, Tommy, Bobby, thank you for joining us today. It's been just an absolute pleasure. It's just been so much fun. Really an honor and a privilege. Thank you, Westies. We'll see you next season.
Bye-bye. Good luck, Tommy.
Hey, there's no rules to bands anymore. I'm not saying Tommy's not going to play drums with us live. That's
No, never. He's a pastor.
It's
You're
fun
not,
to think about.
but you're also not saying that.
I'm not saying it. I mean, there could be a West of House album band, and there could be a West of House live band, and there could be a West of House drag show band, and we definitely bring in Bobby for
Yeah,
that
I'm here
because
for
he's
it.
really pretty.
He'd cancel for that.
Yeah, who knows? But there's no rules. I mean, the only constant will probably be Lance. Lance will always be there.
Well, Eric first.
No, you could do my stuff. You could totally fake my things.
I want to hear Lance. I want to hear Lance hit the note,
The crescendo note or the drown the wind note?
the drown the wind note.
First time.
It was like 20 something. Like
20 something seconds.
And it just well, and technically speaking, it's like 4 notes. You like go up and up and up and up and
Right. And it is legitimately one take. If you hear the raw version at the end of that, you hear me go, hey, Tommy sucks.